Casual Scale Modeler here, new year, and time for the first Ford Truck Month update. So I've been kind of busy, and fortunately I had Monday off too, so I've been working on this thing. Did a lot of building yesterday, did a lot of priming today. So here's where we're at, just real quick. So here's the body shell. I primed this inside and out with just an automotive primer, so it's sandable. So it has to cure up, and once it's cured up, I'll go ahead and wet sand it, get ready for paint. And then the chassis, it's coming along quite nicely. Most of the roll cage installed. This is done with Vallejo surface primer, which isn't sandable, so that's why I didn't do the body with it. But you still got to have a primer on it. So here's most of the chassis and the engine. Dashboard I did with the sandable primer because it's going to show up quite nicely, so it's going to get sanded. I did paint the tires, did the raised lettering on the tires. That came out, the tires came out excellent. They're nice, and I used sandpaper on them so they're nice and worn, like they're going around the track. And I did the raised letters, and those just came out, the tires just came out awesome. Looking forward to getting these on, because these are great. A little bit of brush painting there on the tires. And then all the other parts, I have this nice little organizer here. So most of these paints are going to be done in white, of course, with some detail work. So let's talk about the kit here, see where we're at. There's just only a couple places I had to do some filling on the shell, just right here. I didn't get enough primer on it, that's okay. Where the back window frame meets the body, and where the grill meets the body, to fill that in right there. And the best part is it actually is designed so the whole body goes together before it gets glued on, so it's going to make painting it really easy, so I don't have to worry about gluing it together after paint. Which means and the whole car can be built other than the body shell, and then the only thing you can't put in is the rest of the roll bars that go through the back window. Everything else can be put together completely, because it's it's a race car. It's not a normal car. There's no like interior tub or anything, so it's kind of nice. And then when I was building it, I had to decide how much of this I could actually build and still get paint on it. So it took quite a while to decide. There's some things on here like this bar here could be left out, but I didn't want to try and glue that in after it's painted. And once that was in, put that in. This brace is actually not glued on one side. On this corner right here, it's not glued, so I can spread these apart and get the dashboard in. And the suspension isn't glued on because it's going to get painted in various colors. There's metals and stuff on the suspension that I wouldn't be able to get to if it was assembled. So that's why everything's separate there. So it took a while to decide what could actually be done and what could not be done. What to do with the painting. And then some other issues with the kit. There were a couple places where there were pegs where there were supposed to be holes. Specifically, some of the specific places I think, like where these two cylinders go on, where the brake and clutch cylinders go on. There's supposed to be holes in the firewall. They're actually pegs, so I had to cut those off and drill them. And then where the pegs were is the wrong spot. They didn't fit clear the roll bar, so they had to get redone. This part where the this roll bar goes into the floor, that was also a peg. It was supposed to be a hole. And then one of these spots here for the front suspension mount was a peg on the chassis. It was supposed to be a hole because the peg was on the suspension part. So it took that was kind of weird. I haven't seen that before in a kit. There's some oddities there, but that was about it. So right now we're at the point of letting the primers cure up, and then I can start painting it. For the main color is going to be, I got a Testors Model Master Acrylic Gloss White, so that's going to be the primary color that everything's going to sprayed with. And the thing about this car is this is going to be the first one I'm going to try to paint the main body color with an airbrush instead of just a rattle can. So that's where this thing's going for me. And this whole thing is new, doing a NASCAR build, a race car, because it's so completely different than a normal car. That's actually been a lot of fun. I just love how the roll bar looks. in there. Yeah, I mean, it's just an awesome look for a car. I'm very much enjoying this build, and I'm really looking forward to having it done. And the other cool thing, since it is an actual race car, I actually found a video on YouTube of this truck racing in 1995 at my local track, Portland International Raceway. I thought that was incredibly interesting. You know, I'm not a big NASCAR fan, and it was actually a road course, not an oval course, so it was definitely cool watching that race. It's just some random upload from, it's like somebody captured it on their VHS and uploaded it. The 1995 Max Race Cards 200. That's what it was called. And Butch Miller, the driver of this truck, and this truck, it was awesome seeing this truck actually on a track, not just a track, but my local track here in Portland, and actually racing, and he got third in that race. So that was kind of cool, kind of connection to reality that this modeling can give you. So, and there's a few other videos where you can find him on there from the 1995 Super Truck Series. I'm trying to find the one that he actually won. But that's an interesting side note, just something I found. It's weird that somebody videotaped it in 1995, kept the videotape until the video was uploaded in, I think it was 2011 when the video was uploaded. Yeah, 2011. So someone videotaped it, kept the videotape for almost 20 years, and then encoded it into digital format and uploaded it to YouTube. Very, very interesting series of events to get to that point, I do believe. But that's enough for this video. So that's the end of this update. I said it's going to be a day or two. I'm going to let everything cure up here before I go any farther. Then I'm going to grab the airbrush, grab the gloss white, and get as much of the chassis assembled or painted and then assembled as I can. And in the body I will do when I have more time on a weekend instead of trying to do it after work. So that's it for this update. Ford Truck Month, January 9th, 2017. Update number 1. Thanks for watching.